Hey everyone! So, I finally caved and decided to get a monkey hat. I feel like a big goofball wearing this, but I like it, and I had like a picture on my Facebook of me when I tried one on last summer in Collingwood. Was it last summer? Or the summer before that? I think it was 2 summers ago. It wasn't this past summer, it was the summer before that we went to Collingwood, and they had these hats, only the one I tried on was a brown one. This is gray. And everyone like commented on the picture saying like it was a really cute hat and everything. And I was like, I'm kind of like, I liked it, but I was like, I don't know if I have the guts to wear something like that, seeing as how I'm 29. But like everyone's like, no, like I totally wear it. And like I've seen a lot of people wearing these hats. I mean, it is an adult size, so adults obviously wear them. I mean, like I've seen bunnies and everything. My friend Christina has a bunny one. So, you know, who cares what other people think? I love monkeys. It's great. Crystal's little monkeys. And quite frankly, like, maybe like the little boy that I'm looking after will like it. But yeah, I'm gonna do it. I'm gonna wear it. Just because, like, I should have a hat. And why not be fun with it? Instead of like an old, regular, boring looking hat. I've never been one to wear hats because like it messes up my hair. But it's been really cold lately and my hood's not really cutting it. So I figure if I'm going to get a nice hat to keep me warm, which this is warm, like it's wool. And then inside it's lined with like fleece and stuff. Have fun with it. Wear a monkey hat. Anyway, my hair is kind of like messed up right now anyways. I've got to fix it up before I head out to work. Whoa, and it is staticky. That's the one thing I hate in the winter is the static. Anyways, I'm going to talk a little bit about World Vision in a minute, but first, I wanted to show you, I did forget to show you one gift that we got, or that I got at Christmas, so let me show you that. So here it is. Sorry the lighting is really crappy, but it's a little silver cat with like little diamond eyes. And it's actually supposed to be a ring holder, like you put your rings on his tail. But I don't have a lot of rings. I only have my engagement ring and wedding band, which, as you can see, like, look how swollen my finger is. Hold on a sec. There's my engagement ring and wedding band. And you can see how puffy that finger is. Like, my rings are kind of digging into it. And like whenever I do get around to taking them off, it's hard to get them off and there's like a big groove. But like it's weird. All the bottoms of my fingers are puffy like that. See? And they never really used to be until all this crap started with my health. And then I have this ring, which Alex gave us on our second dating anniversary, second year of dating. And so those are the ones that I wear all the time. And then I have some other rings that I put on sometimes that I keep in my jewelry box, but I only have like about 2, I think. So I just decided to use this as an ornament because it's really pretty. Okay, so I am going to talk about World Vision. Now there's like World Vision organizations like all over the world. There's a US one, there's World Vision Canada. Of course, since I'm in Canada, I deal with World Vision Canada. And I started out sponsoring one child, and I think I started sponsoring her in 2005. It was like a New Year's thing that I decided to do in January of 2005. And because like at the time I was working at Valley Village, I think, and trying to finish school. But I don't know, I found like I was doing a lot of wasteful things with my money, things that I didn't really need to be doing with it. So, and I kept seeing like the World Vision commercials, and I just felt compelled to help. I'd always wanted to do it, but never had the means to do it, and now I realized I did. So for $35 a month, I started sponsoring Yorgelis. She lives in Nicaragua. Now, I think compared to some of the other places that I could have chosen to sponsor, Nicaragua, I mean, they need help too, but I don't think they're as bad as some other countries. Like I think they are doing a little bit better. But then again, like recently World Vision actually sent like a thing to me where I could see what phase of the project they're on. See, when World Vision goes into the countries that they decide to set up sponsorship programs with, they do what's called a project. And so what they do is they go in, they talk to the members of the community, the families and all different people in the community, and they come up with what the most dire needs are of the community and what the community would like to see happen in their community. And then World Vision builds a project around that. And then basically, like when you're sponsoring with World Vision, your money is not actually going to that one child in particular. It's actually being pooled together for the whole community. And the idea is that like you're sponsoring a child so that you can connect with that child and their family. You can write letters back and forth. I get drawings from her. I get letters. Usually it's letters from her family writing on her behalf because she's still at an age where she can't write. But anytime I have sent little gifts, like little toys or little tiny things, like that, you have to try and send things really small, because if you send a big package, then they could incur custom duties and whatnot. So you want to try and keep costs low. So I try to fit them into like really tiny bubble envelopes and try to keep them as flat as possible. I have kind of pushed it a little sometimes, but whatever. Like I've sent things like beach balls, because those are flat and they just blow them up when they get there, and things like that. But anytime I have sent her anything, I have gotten a picture of her with the things that I have sent and a thank you letter, so I know that she's received them. Now, with my other sponsored child that I decided to sponsor a few years later, she lives in Chad, it's in a part of Africa called Chad, and her name is Change. And she's in like a community that's extremely impoverished. So I don't think they have the funds to continuously print photos. So I only get one photo of her per year with her progress report. I've never received photos of her with the gifts I've sent. But I do always get thank you letters from her and her family. Again, her family writes on her behalf because she's the same age as Yorgelis, so they can't write yet. But they draw pictures. It's great because like you get to have a connection with that family, and you get to know them, and you get to hear what's going on in their lives, in their community, and you get to learn what developments are being made in that country. And I mean, the best thing with sponsoring Yorgelies has been the fact that I get so many pictures, and I've even I requested to see some pictures of her and her family, and I got some pictures of her and her family, which were wonderful. Again, that's not going to be like that with all sponsorships. I think it really depends on the area, because if they're extremely impoverished, they can't afford to do stuff like that, which I understand, and you have to understand that as well. What else? With Yorgelies, the first few years really that I sponsored her, it seemed like every picture I got of her, she wasn't smiling. She looked pretty sad. And then one day I finally got a picture of her with a big smile on her face, and let me tell you, that was like the best picture I've ever received, because I could tell that, you know, I was making a difference in their lives. And like I said, again, the money is not going directly to them. You can make a monetary gift, but it has to be at least $100 or more, so I haven't done that because I can't afford it. But you can make a monetary gift that is specifically for the family. You can specify what you would like them to buy with that money, or you can leave it up to them so that they can buy what they need, and you will get a photo of the family with the items that they purchased with your monetary gift. So if they've purchased food or clothing or toys or whatever they need, you're going to get to see that they got that. And so like I said, the money is pooled together within the community. And so the project is to reach certain goals within the community. And there's 3 phases to each project. And Yorgelies community is now in between phase 2 and phase 3. So they're really progressing well. And I would have to say, by the looks of it, within about 5 years, I think, the project should be complete. Which would mean that in 5 years, if I'm still able to continue sponsoring for the next 5 years, which I hope I can, in 5 years, then my sponsorship with her will be finished, as will correspondence. Unfortunately, once your sponsorship ends, you can't continue to keep in touch with the family. It kind of sucks, but it's a rule just for protection of both parties, because they used to allow you to exchange your actual addresses when the sponsorship was done so you could stay in touch, but they started to have situations of, because there was no one to monitor the mail, they started to have situations of families like asking for money, or like showing up at people's doors saying, "Can we live with you?" or whatever. So they didn't want anything more like that happening. So they don't have my address. I don't have their address. I send my mail to the World Vision office in Nicaragua. They forward the mail. They translate my letter into their language. It's passed on to the family. The family gets to read the mail. Then they write back in their language. A translator translates it to English and then forwards it on to me. So it's a process. It takes a while before they get your letter and before you hear back from them. So for a while I was trying to send a letter once per month so that I would get regular mail, but I've kind of tapered that down now because postage has gone up so much. But I still get a significant amount of mail from each child per year. And annually you get reports that will tell you how your child is doing, what grade they're in, what their favorite subject is, how their health is. And then it also, at the back of the report, gives you an overview of what's happening in the community and what's developing there, which I really like that. And so you really get to see like where your money is going.